Hey everyone, it's Kaizouwar here, and I wanted to talk about certain franchises that I would have loved to see in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle in a sort of dream match kind of way. Now, honestly, I could have picked from a ton of other series out there, but I personally believe that the ones I talk about today are my own bullshit fanficky wish list on series that I like and definitely would like to see crossover with BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Now, there are certain rules in regards of making this video. I am only choosing video games for this. Now, obviously, RWBY started out as an American web series first and does have their own games in the form of RWBY Grim Eclipse and Arrowfell made by WayForward and ARCSYS, but I'm choosing to leave it as the sole exception. RWBY's already in Cross Tag, so I can't really change that. So I'm only putting video games here as to help me make my list a bit easier on myself. That means no anime series choices or anything of the sort, though anime fighters and other anime style games are allowed. Now, again, this list is just mostly just anime related things. But, I mean, maybe I might go off the skew depending on how I feel about when I end up making this video. And obviously this list is opinionated and will definitely not match yours unless we share some kind of psychic brain link or something like that. But I do highly encourage discussion in the comment section below. And without further ado, let's begin the video. Guilty Gear Cross anything BlazBlue is just, and it's so obvious that someone who doesn't even know what these franchises are could probably say the same damn thing. I mean, seeing Soul and Ragna team up against Jin and Kai would be great, and definitely interactions. Say, oh my God, Soul and Ragna having an interaction, I could just definitely feel it. I need it. Canon. I don't care, ARCSYS canon, boom, there we go. Soul and Ragna interacting will be ARCSYS canon. Now, I know that Daisuke mentioned that the Guilty Gear story wasn't done at the time BBTAG came out. And that's why he said they couldn't cross it over with BlazBlue. But to be honest, I never really liked that idea of Daisuke saying, yeah, the Guilty Gear story isn't over yet, so that's why we can't cross over with BlazBlue. Considering that Guilty Gear has been crossing over with a bunch of other mobile games and other shit like that, I don't think it matters in regards to story. I just feel like they didn't want to make the sprite to do it. You know, they would have to redo all the Guilty Gear sprites and put a lot of work into it, and considering Guilty Gear XR was out around the time, I feel like they just didn't want to bother just dealing with that. Granted, maybe Daisuke just had his reasons, maybe, you know, he could just easily say, no, I don't want to cross this over, so there you go. But yeah, I just always thought it was a sprite work excuse, which I can understand. If they didn't want to do the sprite, they could just say that we don't want to do the sprite work, but I feel like saying that would probably not be a good move on their part. But anyway, I definitely wouldn't want to see more Guilty Gear characters. I just want to see Guilty Gear characters in general in BBTAG. Like, I'm not going to pick a ton off the bat, really. I mean, I would just mostly pick the easy choices. I would pick, what? Let's say 5 to start with. Let's just say 5 to start with. There's 5 RWBY characters now, so I can say 5 Guilty Gear characters. I would definitely choose to start off with, I would choose Soul, I would choose Kai, I would choose Dizzy, I would maybe choose Melia, and I would maybe choose Elfeld. I'm choosing Elfeld because she's the more popular choice, and I feel like, I mean, everyone likes Elfeld, so, or people don't like Elfeld. But I would definitely choose Elfeld and Dizzy, mostly because of legacy. Dizzy's been around since X, so, you know, you kind of got to keep Dizzy there. And Elfeld's a popular choice. She's one of, like, the most popular characters in XR, or Ramlethal. Either Elfeld or Ramlethal, because they're super popular characters. And I chose Melia because she's been around since the very beginning, so like she was the original female Guilty Gear character outside of May, so you know, there's that. Plus we get more Guilty Gear tracks in BBTAG if we had Guilty Gear characters. I don't know how they would go about it, really, because it depends on the time period they would actually bust this out. So let's say before Strive came out, I don't know if they would ever choose the XR themes because they're the most current ones. or just, you know, be cheeky and just choose Guilty Gear songs from all over. I feel like they wouldn't do that. That'd be a little bit too much work on their part. So I feel like they would just choose the more recent tracks being the XArt songs. And obviously, because of how BBTAG works with the BlazBlue music, they would have to kind of cut the Guilty Gear music in half, and that, while that sucks, I can kind of understand why they would do that, even if I don't like it. But yeah, that's what I would have liked from Guilty Gear's representation in BBTAG. Look, I just really like Tales of Berseria. Can we just appreciate Berseria and how good it is, and how good the interactions would be in this game? I mean, why not? I really love this game, and seeing interactions would be nice. I mean, Velvet and Ragnar interacting would be kind of cool. Magilu messing with other members of the crossover cast. Eleanor and Izuyoi just disposing. I mean, that shit would be sick to me, no lie. Plus, I love the music in this game. And while the battle themes aren't my favorite, I feel like these are the themes that they would choose to be in BBTAG, unless they somehow randomly start to make their own music. But considering all the music in BBTAG has been reused for the other series, yeah, we're going to get Berseria music if we were able to get Berseria in BBTAG. And that means I can legally get Motoi Sakuraba tracks in this game, and no one can stop me from wanting that. But seriously though, I would really want to see, you know, what would Berseria look like in this game. Plus, we get those cute chibi avatars out of it, and I like those chibi avatars. I mean, plus, if all these franchises got into this game, imagine a new story mode they can make. Like, imagine a story mode where you can see, like, Ragnar meeting Velvet, meeting Soul. Like, I don't know why. Just seeing Soul and Velvet in the same room would probably throw me off balance and be like, what is happening? Oh yeah, I forgot. I just mentioned earlier that Guilty Gear is having a crossover with Tales of the Ray, so technically we can have Soul and Velvet in the same place. Damn it! So I didn't have any idea of which one to choose for this list. I either said either Melty Blood or Fate. Well, Fate initially started out as a visual novel, which is a game, so Fate can count. I have a longer relationship with Fate, though Melty Blood would make sense. I mean, hell, ARCSYS already has a relationship by putting Melty Blood Actress Again current code on Steam. They were the publisher for the Steam port, so they have to have some kind of relationship, you know? And hell, French Bread are the developers of Melty Blood, and ARCSYS obviously does have a relationship with French Bread, so it's the type moon in the middle that gets me. Now, again, this is my whole fanficky bullshit, so like, let's pretend for a moment that ARCSYS is cool with Type Moon, so they can make games for them. Let's just pretend that they're just chill with Type Moon. We could have a either fake game or fake characters. I feel like getting fake characters will be a lot easier than making a whole ass game from scratch. Or Melty Blood. I don't know which one to pick, to be honest. I personally would pick Fate over Melty Blood, and that's sad, but I personally would, though. Melty Blood would make it would make more sense, but considering that BlazBlue has all these Fate references, and more obviously being a huge Fate head himself, he loves the series. Yeah, I definitely would like to see Fate here. I mean, if I were to use Fate characters, I would choose mostly from the original Fate cast. So we would get characters like Shiro, we would get characters like Saber, Ren, Archer, maybe Luvia, because I actually like Luvia, and Ryder, because if I don't have a crossover game where I'm playing BlazBlue and Fate characters show up and Ryder isn't there, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Oh yeah! But if I were to pick for the Melty Blood side, honestly, I feel like anyone would come in, to be honest. I mean, I definitely would want to see Sion. I can't call her Elton because she's not that. Obviously, Shiki Tono has to be here. Can we put Neko? No. Put Neko Arc. Put Neko Arc in this game, and then we're gonna have an issue. Chaos Code is a game that I really, really enjoy. And if I were to pick one fighter outside of Guilty Gear to stuff into BBTAG, it would be Chaos Code. Now, Guilty Gear is an obvious choice. It's just too obvious. Anyone would think, oh yeah, what could cross over BlazBlue? Guilty Gear. So that really doesn't require for me much to say. But in regards of Chaos Code, I love this game. And seeing, first of all, they get dubbed for the first time. Chaos Code would finally reach the status that it would get dubbed. Hell, I think ARCSYS BlitzConf is way less known than Chaos Code, and see how far that's come. It got in the BBTAG, ARCSYS got a dub voice, if they brought in the tank, I mean, hell, they can bring in all that shit. I don't see why Chaos Code can't be brought in. I know the current state of FK Digital at the moment, I know how Mickey Lynn is at the moment, and I know how Chaos Code's state is at the very moment. I even made a video about it, which I may or may not link in the description if I remember to do it I'm done with this video. But still, it's for me, it's a no-brainer. Chaos Code's a good game, and I feel like it just needs a little bit more recognition just to get in there, you know? Chaos Code, for me, needs it, and I love the game. I want to see these characters cross over. I want to see their possible English voices. I want to see how their, interactions will be there, members of the cast. I want to see how their little chibi avatars will look like. I would want to see how, if they were making another story about BBTAG, how they would play into the story mode. Stuff like that makes it all worth it. And I personally would like Chaos Code inside BBTAG. Plus, Chaos Code has a damn good soundtrack, and it needs to be in the game. Now, I'll be straight up right here, right now. I've only played a small amount of Idea Factory / Compile Heart games, that being Mega Dimension Neptunia V2, Fairy Fencer F, and finally Omega Quintet. So I haven't played too many Idea Factory / Compile Heart games, but if I were to have to choose between two of them, I would either choose Fairy Fencer or Neptunia, but I feel like Neptunia would be the easier, more known choice. And I would like to see Neptunia characters in BBTAG if it was possible. Now, I don't know much about the Neptunia franchise. I only know for what I've seen in regards to V2. Characters like Neptune, obviously Nepgear, Uzume, Noir, small characters like that, I feel like they would be great inside BBTAG. And I don't know, I wish I could say more, to be honest. I wish I could say more, but I got nothing. All I can say is really I like the character designs from Neptunia, and I feel like they would mesh really well. At least, I don't know why, somehow just seeing Heart stand next to Neptunia would feel right. Heart Ino would stand next to Neptunia. I definitely like to see an interaction between her and Ragna, honestly. Like, Neptune and Ragna having an interaction would be funny, because they do the main character interactions in BBTAG. Like, if you're a main character from a franchise, you will automatically interact with Ragna. So I would definitely like to see how Neptune would interact with Ragna, and how Ragna would, deal with, her. And I definitely believe it would just be funny. Just seeing the other characters interact with the other characters. It'll be nice to see. And I think that's why I like this idea of putting Neptune in, because Neptune is a funny game. Sometimes there's some jokes that miss, but overall I like how lighthearted and pretty funny it is, and plus the character designs are pretty cool. So if I were to have the option to do it, I would put it in. Plus, how Mori was asked about Neptunia, and even though he dodged the question, and even though we didn't actually get Neptunia in BBTAG, I don't know. I like to believe that ARCSYS has some backdoor negotiations with Compile Heart / Idea Factory. In the back of my head, I'm just thinking of Maury's like, we'll get Neptunia, and then they don't get Neptunia. Okay, considering this is my fanfic bullshit list, let's just pretend that SKULLGIRLS' sprites weren't so high quality and can be shoved into BlazBlue Cross-Tag Battle with no issues whatsoever. I really just want an excuse to put these characters into BlazBlue Cross-Tag Battle, but sprite working holds me back. But this is my fanfic. This is my BBTAG fanfic. So I can easily just say, F it, let's just throw the SKULLGIRLS characters in. Honestly, someone with a lot of sprite knowledge tell me how this would work. Like, if they would have to drop frames, like if we were able to literally do this, please tell me. But considering this is my imagination, let's just say we can put Skullgirls characters in here, because there are some I definitely would want. I like Philia. I like Cerebella. I mean, yeah, she pisses me off when I fight her, but I do like Cerebella. I do like Parasol. Miss Fortune is super awesome. And Valentine is like one of my favorite characters in the entire game from just a design standpoint. And Squiggly is pretty cool as well. So those are characters I would definitely want to see in BBTAG. But like, if the more I imagine, the more I think, damn man, in order to get this to work, we're gonna have to break down their sprites and start from scratch, and they won't be the same as they were in Skullgirls. But you know what? Let's just say this. I mean, hell, if games back in the day could just shove sprites and not give a shit, you know, like we still had like Morgan sprites put in the other games, even though she's definitely low quality compared to the other characters. I'm using that as an excuse, even though it doesn't work out too well. But yeah, let's just pretend. Let's just literally pretend that Skullgirl sprites could be shoved into BBTAG with no issue. Let's just say that, because if not, then Skullgirls wouldn't even be on this list in the first place. They wouldn't even be on this list, and I'll have to come up with another game, and I don't feel like doing that right now, and my brain hurts to think about it. But yeah, definitely want to see Skullgirls if, and I mean if, it was possible, because damn it, dude, it would be so cool to see them interact with other characters in the roster. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. I definitely want to hear what you guys say about what kind of series would you want to see in BBTAG. It could be anything. It could be any anime, western, cartoon, video game, whatever. I definitely want to hear what you guys say, because I love to encourage discussion. And you can put that down in the comments below, and also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. I will see you all next time. Peace, everyone, and I hope you have a great day.